One. We're live. Hi everyone, Amanda from HeismanHealth.com, and this is my nephew Spider-Man. Can you say hi? Hi. And I'm here at my brother and sister-in-law's. As you guys know, I've been traveling for the past few weeks, and the past week. And I went to Fort Collins, Colorado. I went to Denver, Colorado, and now I'm here in San Antonio, Texas. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about healthy travel and staying healthy and in routine when we do travel. Because it can be tough on our bodies, right? So the first thing, Spider-Man, excuse me, is drinking a lot of water. So he's being a good example for us. But I just wanted to show you, see, we're here in the kitchen. And the first thing I want to say is that travel does disrupt, our system, right? Right, buddy? It disrupts our system a little bit. So even if you ate all the same healthy things that you eat at home, and you're on track, with your diet, you're going to feel it. Different people feel it different ways, but you might have tummy issues, digestive issues, or just being in a plane kind of gives us some radiation and makes us feel not so great. You might have traveler's constipation, you might be jet lagged, your sleep schedule is off. There's just a lot of things that happen with traveling. But it's so great, and we get to see people we love, so we do it anyway, right? So, right? Chipmunk smile? You like seeing yourself. So that's a little bit about why it's important to maintain a little bit of a schedule when you're traveling. But we've talked before, I've done a lot of videos about what's in my purse when I travel and what you should eat and stuff like that. So I want to talk this time a little bit more about being a house guest in your friends or your family's house and how you kind of navigate those waters. Because you might run the spectrum of having friends and family that are really supportive of your new way of eating, or that aren't, or that are just doing their own thing and don't really understand. Luckily, I have a lot of great friends and family that are really supportive. But at the same time, everybody's at a different spot in their eating. So how do you kind of navigate those waters when you're traveling? So a lot of clients that I've helped seem to feel weird about, asking for certain things in the kitchen. And so this is more about communication than it is about eating, right? Right. So I want to just let you in on some of the things I do when I'm traveling. Okay, and you'll have to gauge your relationship with your hosts and your hostesses to see how these work for you. But one of the things I do is when I first show up, I always offer to maybe cook at least one meal. So I'll offer to cook the whole meal for them. And if that's not on your radar to do that, that's fine. You can offer to go grocery shopping with them, which we did yesterday. We went with 4 kids and 2 adults grocery shopping. So that's a post for another day, right, Lukey? So I can totally relate to moms who have kids and who are trying to eat healthy and put healthy food on the table, and just even going grocery shopping with 4 kids was such an adventure. So I'll be sure to make a post about that. But definitely I just offer my help and my services in the kitchen. And some people who are busy and who don't like to cook take me up on that right away, or have kids and they love the help. And so you might be surprised at who would just take your help right away. Or you might not be, if you sense that they're a little protective over their kitchen, you can just say something like, hey, I'd love to help you with dinner, and what I tend to do is keep everything in the first person, so you're not relaying any sort of judgment or lecturing. You're just saying, there's certain things I'd like to eat, and that way they're not taking offense to it. So even if you're not gonna cook the whole dinner, you can offer to make the salad, you can offer to make a healthy dessert, you can offer to make a side, some part of the meal, right? So there's always something you can offer to do. You can offer your services. And if you think that, or if you can already sense that your hostess wants to be the one to cook the whole meal, you can just say, hey, is there a 10, 20 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes when the kitchen will be free, when I can just make something for me? And it's hard to argue with that one, right? So a lot of this is, you can bring your own food, you can offer to go grocery shopping, you can at least bring things like nuts or avocados or, salads and stuff like that. A big part of traveling is just staying hydrated. We tend to forget that, and staying with our vegetables. So if we can do those two things, keep some probiotics and maybe digestive enzymes around, that'll really help. But yeah, just the communication thing. I think that some people are a lot of my clients have been just afraid to even broach the conversation of, hey, let me help you in the kitchen, when they're a house guest at someone's house, because they feel like the guest. If it's friends, if it's really close friends or family that no problem, there's usually not a communication issue there. But if it's someone you're not as close to and you feel nervous to have that conversation, just go ahead and practice it a couple times. And like I said, try to speak in the first person about your experience with healthy eating and how it's important to you, rather than pointing any, you're doing it in a totally judgment-free way. I think what are you doing, racing cars over there? Yeah? Spider-Man is really good at trying smoothies. We've been making smoothies here, aren't you? You like the Vitamix. Goofball. I'm enjoying my time here. Let's see, what else? Okay, so if you are going to, for lack of a better word, I don't really like the word cheat, because I like to build some flexibility. If you've been following me for any length of time, I talk about 90-10, kind of eating 90% clean, and 10% you have some fun and flexibility built into your diet. However, for lack of a better term, I'll go ahead and use the word cheat, or fudge your diet a little bit. So if you're going, even if you have someone else cooking for you and you can make the salad, you can have a large portion of salad, and you can always try what your host is making for you. And that way, when you get the vegetables in first, it kind of primes digestion for you, and it really helps fill you up. Oops, a little pop-up. It really helps fill you up to begin with, and to get those great nutrients in. But if you're going to cheat, oftentimes just do it with one thing at a time. So I'll have, if you're trying to avoid gluten, dairy, sugar, and alcohol, maybe at one meal you have, you cheat with your meal rather than, anything else. Or maybe with one meal you cheat with dessert. Or maybe with one meal you have a totally healthy meal, but you just treat, you have drinks that night or whatever. So that's what I do, because it helps my body digest one thing at a time. So I'm not trying to digest all those different things that I just said all at once, because that can really wreak havoc on your digestive system, and it puts me right to sleep, actually, because so much energy goes right to my tummy. Let's see, what else do I have? Really, when you have the conversation, really this is more about having conversation and having clear communication and kind communication with the people you love, or the people that are hosting you. So use the language, I choose to, rather than I have to, like I'd like to do this. And give yourself a break too. You know, if you're on the road, you're not going to eat perfectly. So it's all about progress, not perfection, and learning those little tricks to keeping healthy while you're traveling. Right, Spider-Man? Do you have anything to add to that? Say, I like smoothies. If you guys have any questions, you can always feel free to add them in the comments and I will go ahead and answer them there. I've been having a lot of fun doing some meal demos because I'm not only visiting close family and friends, but some of these friends have become my clients over the past couple of years. So I'm doing smoothie demos and meal demos and making salads, and just you doing your thing will help people just kind of see, you kind of let the food speak for itself and the recipes speak for themselves, and either they like it or they don't, but it's usually better than they expect, right? So go ahead and do you, and don't feel uncomfortable having those conversations, because ultimately we're all evolving to, you know, the premise behind being uncomfortable with those conversations is that what people think about you is more important than your health or how you feel. So, you know, I just invite you to take it seriously and go ahead and have those conversations, even if they make you a little uncomfortable, because it's ultimately better for everyone. And, you know, if people really criticize you for what you're eating, know that it's not about you. It's you're just triggering something in them that's, you know, that's feeling like they might need to take a look at their eating. So don't feel guilty for doing that. All right, we are signing off. Say bye. Can you say bye? Bye. And again, if you have any questions about this or having those kind of challenging conversations with family and friends or preparation, just write them in the comments below and I will address them. Have a great one, guys. Say bye.